I am going to make soup. I'm going to make soup. Now, my problem with making soup, okay, is that I make too much and then I have it sitting like I got to eat it for like weeks and weeks, right? So I'm going to try to do, wait, I'm going to fix the light first. I'm going to try to make like a half portion or maybe even a quarter of a portion of the soup that I would normally make. And it's going to be a soup that I haven't made for years, years, and I mean years, ever since the kids were little. In fact, even then, I think when I first got married, my mother-in-law taught me to do this type of thing. I learned most of my cooking skills from my mother-in-law, watching her. She was like the world's greatest. She could make me a lot of anything. Now, my mother could too, but my mother never really taught me. My mother-in-law did. Because, you know, I was living on a farm. I was married to her son. I needed to learn these things, right? And I watched. I watched. My sister-in-law was amazing at cooking, but not so much here. So I'm going to make a half or maybe even a quarter portion of this. Now, the big thing, the problem that I had was the pot that I use, that pot, okay, it had some type of staining in the bottom of it. And what happens is when I use that pot and I use it to boil my water, my drinking water, because I boil it, I cool it down, I filter it the whole bit. But when I use it, a lot of the crap that's in the taps goes into the pot and it sticks to the side. So normally I put in vinegar and I heat it up and it literally dissolves all that calcium and lime and stuff that's on the inside of the pot. However, I forgot to do it. And so I left the pot in the back of the stove. And when I left it on the back of the stove, I thought it was dry, but I guess it wasn't. And so it formed little spots, almost like it almost looked like mold. And I was thinking, what the hell? But I think it was just because of the water, the calcium and the lime in the water, it causes that problem on the pots, right? So I had to clean it. So before I do this, I had to put the vinegar in with the water. Now, I shouldn't have the cabbage there. So I got this massive head of cabbage. Look at the size of that. And I love cabbage. I just haven't had it for a long time. So I'm going to make a cabbage soup. And I was going to put pulled pork in it, but the recipe that I seen online, they didn't put any meat in it. They had cabbage, and so it was an easy cabbage soup, and it was cabbage, potatoes, onions, carrots, vegetables, and spices. So I think, you know, I'm going to try that. And there's also a diet, a cabbage soup diet. Now, I'm being so freaking honest. It's scary. It's almost scary. So what woman likes to talk about her weight, right? So hang on a minute. So we're going to turn that down to minimum. So over the Christmas season, now I did spend Christmas on my own. There was no one here. Everybody was working. And I did spend it on my own. And so, you know, when you're lonely and you're bored, you have tendency to eat. So I would make things. I made cookies. I made well, I didn't make cookies. I had store-bought cookies, which is a no-no because it's just loaded with like sugars and bad shit, right? But and that's just my opinion. Don't go off the wall. But so I was packing up on cookies and I made some crackers and I had toast and honey and toast and peanut butter and like just all that stuff, right? And it showed on the scale. So I gained about 5 pounds and I was 130 pounds. I went up to 135. And you know that when you gain, it's like water weight, right? Like you gain weight, it's like not necessarily fat, but it's like the sugars and the carbs and the fluids, and it causes inflammation in your body, and that scale just freaking went right. It was 135 pounds. I thought, oh my god, now I gotta do this all over again. So I've been watching this past week. I've been bringing it down. So every day, like I wasn't doing the one meal a day over Christmas. I was kind of like pigging out, right? It's freaking Christmas. I was picking out. So now that Christmas is over, even though I still have my trees up, I am going to watch my diet. And one meal a day, and that's all it's going to be for it takes me about approximately a week to lose the weight that I need to lose. And I find it, I know everybody says it's so hard to lose weight. No, it's not. It's not that hard to lose weight. You just got to put your mind to it. You got to be a little bit stronger than that piece of bread or that piece of toast or that extra piece of pie or even that pie in the first place, right? So, yeah, I indulge in those things. However, not as often as I used to. So you have to limit certain things, and that's what I'm doing this week. So anyhow, let's cut that big long explanation short. And I am cleaning up the pot, and then I'm going to make cabbage soup without the pulled pork that I bought. I'm going to save that for another instance, and I'm just going to make a smaller portion of the soup, the cabbage soup, and I love cabbage, so I have it shredded up. But see how beautifully clean it comes with just vinegar and water. Yeah, you just boil it with vinegar and water. Like, you know, those pots that you guys throw in the garbage, or you give to the, you know, to the charities because you think that they're stained and whatever, right? Well, that's where I got this one. I got it at a charity, and look at, and it was stained pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I only got to rinse it, but look at how clean it comes. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, so now I'm just gonna start putting stuff in. I like this. Okay, so cabbage, vegetable. I'm not really keen on the vegetable one because they don't have a lot of sodium in it, right? So it kind of tastes weird. I'm gonna I put 1 cup. Wait, is this 1 cup? I guess it would help if I put my glass in, huh? Yeah. So 1 cup of the vegetable broth and 1 cup of water. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. Then we're going to turn that on 6. I'm going to boil my potatoes separately and just add them. It just makes it easier. I'm going to put in these. I've got lots of them, so I'm going to put some of them in. And I've got to chop up an onion. I put the wrong element on. Okay, so this can go back. So I got these, so they can go in there. Okay. Then I need some salt. Pepper. Love my pepper. Okay, now I need onion. Oregano. Now, cut up an onion. I don't need 2 onions. Okay, looks good, eh? Yeah. It better look good because that's what I'm having for supper. So I might have to add some more water. So I forgot to show you, so I'm going to slip it in here. I do have one more ingredient that I'm putting in, and that is tomatoes. Let's put the English side. diced tomatoes with herbs and spices, right? I'm going to utilize this. I'm only going to put about half, and then the rest's going to go in the fridge, just for the simple reason that, like, I don't want to make a big pot of soup. I don't want to be eating it for 2 weeks. I want to eat it for maybe, lunchtime or for my one meal during the week from Monday to Friday. But I don't want to go, I don't want to have it every single day for 4 weeks, right? So anyway, so we're just making a small one. Okay, so yeah, so that's half. Oh, see? Yeah. So cabbage soup is, there's a cabbage soup diet that I read about online. And so this might just work in my benefit in that area because of that 5 pounds that I want to lose. Now, I don't really need to go on a specific diet as long as I'm watching my carbs and I'm not eating all those cookies and sugars that I was eating over the holidays, right? So, I don't want to defeat all the good that I've done. And I had lost 75 pounds so far. Well, actually, it was 76 pounds. And then I started to gain it back. But I lost that weight. My skin has cleared up. My wrinkles are not as deep as they used to be. I feel healthier. I'm able to do my 70 sit-ups, my 50 push-ups. So, I think I'm winning this battle, okay? But they do say that cabbage soup, that diet is a good one. And I do love cabbage soup. So we'll see. It's really freaking hot. But I don't know if you can even see that. But it's so good. So I'm going to leave it there. I did put, what did I put in there? I put half a can of the herbed tomatoes in. So it only has potatoes, cabbage, onions, the frozen vegetables that I buy, and vegetable broth, salt, oregano, and pepper. That's it. And 2 cups of water. 2 cups, 1 cup of broth. Okay, 2 cups of water to 1 cup of broth, right? And because I don't like a lot of sodium, but I did put quite a bit of Himalayan salt in. But as the soup is coming to a boil and it's cooking the cabbage, I have no worries about that. I feel like it kind of dissipates. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a chef. But it doesn't taste like it has a lot of salt in it. So it tastes really, really good. And it actually works to make the cabbage and whatever you're cooking, it helps to make it, it tastes better when you put salt in the water. It really does. And I mean, each to their own, right? So I put about, because it's a shaker with a little twist thing, I think, because it takes a lot to make a half a teaspoon. So that's what I think, right? Now, if I would have pinched it like this, you could have seen it better, but I did use the one with the twist on it. So it kind of gives a powdery salt. Anyway, this is the soup. The soup is done. I am going to make up a bowl of it at 2 o'clock, dollop of sour cream with a few of my gluten-free crackers and a cup of tea, and I'll be set for the day. So I shall see you on the next video. The good Lord be willing. You know what? Try new things, right? Try new things. I was getting tired of eating the same old thing, and so I'm going to try this, and it looks good, and it tastes, yeah. Chef Antoine signing off. See you on the next video. The good Lord be willing. Bye-bye.